Even fall damage kills you? Yeah, fall damage kills you in this too. I like that you guys are comparing this run to Dark Souls. I don't know if this game is as hard as Dark Souls or as easy as Dark Souls. I'm not sure which one's harder. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm not sure if this run really... Like doing a totally don't get hit a single time the entire Dark Souls run. How long is Dark Souls? How long does it take? I mean, I guess if you did a speed run, you're probably doing a no-hit run anyway. At least a good speed run is. Speed run is 40 minutes? Okay, so it's not that bad. This is a 29-hour run. That's how long it's taken me to do all this. I wasn't rushing through. I wasn't using glitches, obviously. One damage minimum intended, or an engine limitation. One damage minimum. I'm not sure what you mean. What is dealing one damage? You don't think Terraria an expert is difficult? I mean, how many years of experience do you have with video games, Quack? I feel like you... I'm not qualified, and you're not qualified to rate difficulty, I think, because of our experiences. I mean, I'm not sure how experienced you are with games, but... It's sort of hard to say what... The difficulty is impossible to define. You could give your personal feeling on it. I wouldn't want to give a personal feel on how difficult something is, really. Yeah, I need some water. Because to say this is easy, I mean, it's easier for me. It's not hard for me. But is it easy? I don't know. We can look at complexity. Yeah, I don't think that translates into difficulty, though. I suppose it could a little bit. At what point does higher difficulty just ruin the fun of playing the game? That's another equation. Right, 20 years, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I have similar experience of years and years of playing a video game. So when I pick up a video game, and when a person who's never played a video game before picks up a video game, there's a just massive difference in understanding and just having the concepts in a game. You know, what is hit points? Someone who doesn't know what a hit point is. Like, mana, I intuitively knew what mana meant. Terraria didn't have to teach me what mana was. Ammo. You know, there's some real-world concepts, also. But a lot of it is, like, game concepts. Oh my god. When in doubt, circle about. Ah. This fucking pillar, I hate it so much. Yeah. I don't know how you would define it. You have to have a panel, I guess, to define difficulty. People who think HP stands for health points? What do you mean? They're stupid because they think it stands for hit points? I mean, what? Really? Hey, everybody out there, if you think HP stands for hit points, you're stupid. You're fucking dumb. Jupin says that. I don't know why. It seems random. Stupid. You're so dumb. God. It's not like HP is interchangeably used for health and hit points since the beginning of time. Right, my bad. Health points. You're so dumb. You think it stands for health points. God. If you're a game developer and you use health points for HP, it's so stupid. Fucking A, how could you be so stupid? Thinking HP stands for something totally reasonable. Dumbasses. God. No, just regurgitate shit out of your mouth is what I do. Oh god. Yeah, no shit, Quack. That's what I'm saying, Austin. I mean, there's like so many D&D books out there that use health points instead of hit points, and vice versa. Jeez, I mean, the term HP has been used in games to represent health as a generalized idea for forever, since games, really? Fairly quickly after the conceptualization of video games. Certainly after character health bars. Your mom shit. Good comeback, bro. Oh god. Your dad lesbian. I hate Nebula Pillar so much. And sniped me. Didn't fire where I was at, fired where I was going. This is the shittiest controversy we had in a month. So yeah, so lame. just to shit on people because they would interpret an acronym differently than you. Fuck you for real. All the prejudice we have in the world. You think HP stands for health points? Hey, what's up, Gaga? You wanna be my friend, Gaga? Gaga, you wanna come and join me to help me out? Could you give me some gear? I'd appreciate it, man. Feels like you're probably pretty good at this game. Pretty good at this good. Just use a nurse to not die. Yeah, thanks. Good tips, Richie. Good tips, I like them. Oh god. Ah, fucking Nebula Pillar, so dumb. I guess the biggest issue with this pillar is just RNG. The game doesn't even know where the Nebula Pillar is gonna go. No, it's impossible to predict. It just goes someplace random. It could just be inside you. I guess at least it's hard to get upset about this pillar because there's.
Jup and made me sad by saying a big dum-dum. What a stupid head. Ban him.
Okay, I'll ban him, yeah. Quack, go ahead and ban him. It's called frags, not kills. Oh my god. He's serious too, he's not even joking. This is real life for me right now. This is what I have to deal with. Ban him, Quack. I know you know somebody at Twitch. Everyone just reports him. Then he'll get banned, right? He'll just get IP banned. Nice, right up here. Ah. Oh god. Nah. Nah, it's only for subs, Gaga, sorry. Yeah, a little bit of water left. Yeah, do it for him, Jubin. Help him out. He's having a good time. Man, this sucks.
Gaga said you're big noob.
Big noob. You are a big noob. You have the very big noob. Yes, very big. Yeah. It's my right. You don't have any rights as free speech, Quack. You live in Australia. Get out of here. You can only say what the Queen says you can say. That's your restriction. Oh god. Oh, okay. Fuck. TVB, you didn't even TVB right, bro. Australia has free speech anymore? No, it doesn't. You guys are not entitled to say anything. If the government wants, they can prevent you from speaking. You have no free speech laws, period. You do not have a document which guarantees freedom of speech. It's not a thing. As far as I know, there's only one country on the planet that has freedom of speech. Okay? And that is dictated by the document of our founding. USA! USA! It's not a thing in other countries. If the government wants to prevent you from saying something, then they can in other countries. That's okay. That's literally allowed by law. Like if you go out, if you have a blog in England and you say certain things that the English government doesn't like, they can just prevent you from they can put you in jail. Is how far it can go. They have what they call hate speech laws in England, and it's very vague. But basically, if you say something that could be perceived as offensive, to another person, you could be put in jail. God damn it. This fucking pillar is so stupid. Oh, yeah, go find it for me, Quack. It'd be great. I know you guys don't have anything like that, so you're gonna spend a lot of time looking. It's kind of sad. I guess it's just how it is. Governments want to be in charge. Do I believe that that should be the case? No, I don't. I don't want people to get in trouble for things that they can say. You can say anything, even if it's hateful, even if it's mean. You can say whatever you want. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's not that people haven't. I mean, this is Canada has the same thing, and they've already actually prosecuted people under the hate speech laws. It's literally reality. You can go find cases of it. It's not like I'm making it up. Is that what it is in Sweden, Jubin, or are you talking about England? So many. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Please, in Sweden. Right. I think that's similar to what some of the wording is for England. Badge, do the star dance. Oh my god. Do I have star on me? Please, Nebula Pillar is intense. These little fuckers are what the problem is. Oh. Let's dodge right into him. Is this pillar ready yet? We've died on it so many times. Yeah, Russia's weird. That's interesting, Quack. Why do you guys ignore that then? I mean, we'll just say that is actually what the document says. But then why does it get impeded on? Why do you guys have the hate speech laws as well? I think Australia has them as well. He really looked that up. I mean, it's written there, so why isn't there a problem every time someone gets in trouble, gets a fine for saying something that they didn't like on the internet? I'm actually not sure if Australia... I assume Australia and Britain are so closely connected that I assume that any big laws that get passed for the Brits get passed in Australia as well. And I guess that doesn't extend to companies either, that free speech, because companies have been banned from selling games in Australia. Oh, wait, he Googled it. Laws in Australia to Britain? Completely different laws, huh? I mean, I'm not positive about Australia's part in the, hey, you can't say certain naughty things law. It's basically what it is. Things that, you can't say things that we don't like law. I know England has it. So hate speech infringes on free speech. Hate speech infringes on free speech. Could you give me an example? You don't have that? Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, you do. Okay, yeah. The Racial Discrimination Act of 1975 forbids hate speech on several grounds. The act makes it unlawful for a person do an act otherwise than in private, if the act is reasonably likely in all the circumstances to offend, insult, humiliate, or intimidate another person. Yeah, that's hate speech law. I mean, just Google it real fast. To do super whole lot of research into it, but that sounds like a rationale by the government to infringe on freedom of speech, which is to say whatever you want to say, whatever you feel like saying, whether it be inflammatory or not, it doesn't matter. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, quick. And that law seems directly contradictory to what you just showed me about. Oh wow, I was almost dead already because of the Nimbus Rod. Which just showed me about how you're supposed to be protected from that type of thing. I mean, it's literally government saying, hey, you can't say those things because we don't like it. Or so-and-so doesn't like it. which is really dangerous. I think it should make you afraid. If the government gets to dictate what you can and can't say, that's kind of a problem because they can start regulating what you say about them in the government, and then we have a tyrannical form of government. It stops being. It doesn't necessarily have to be democratic, but you have to be conscious of these things and your rights as a person, a human, is what I would say. Free speech is super important. Right, exactly. So you can speak out against the government. You disagree, I mean, I don't know how you could possibly disagree, really. I think free speech is the freedom to say anything. Do you disagree with free speech being about free speech? I don't even know. Does the US even have a government at the moment? I think we're shut down right now. I don't think we do actually have a government at the moment. We get the Cheeto in charge. That's the problem. He's trying to get his wall passed. Oh, Sweden's in the same boat right now? Yeah, it's a $5 billion wall he wants to build, or something like that. Meanwhile, the budget for... I guess it's space. We can't fight him in space. It's just, it lowers my movement speed so massively to be in space. Or we have to do a circle. I don't know. You know what I did earlier? I think maybe I actually have an idea for that, for getting out of space. Now that I thought about it. Hold on. Let's see. Why don't you do the invulnerability glitch with Moonlord? Great question. Can anybody in chat answer why we don't use the invulnerability glitch with Moonlord? I disagree. I think free speech is fine to be trumped by hate speech. It's fine to be trumped by hate speech. You should be able to say what you want about whatever you want. But if it's racist or attacks someone based on their beliefs, I'm okay with not being allowed. Okay, let's use this as an example. I believe that the firstborn child of every family should be killed. Okay, I just believe that. That's part of my religion, let's say. This is something that I take really seriously, and I'm trying to get laws passed in government to have the firstborn child of every family be killed. And actually, a lot of people agree with me because, you know, sacrificing to our God, we have to kill someone. Now, you speak out against me, and my friends in government use hate speech. You're using hate speech because you're talking how I'm evil and bad, fucking, and I get you sent to jail. Okay. I think it's a fucking fucked up future, man. Messed up when everyone's opinion gets protected. No, not everyone's opinion is reasonable. Not what everybody thinks is fine. Some people are fucking crazy, dude. They shouldn't be. You should be allowed to tell them that they're nuts. Hey, you know what, guys? All the Jews, those fucking guys, man. Those are some really bad guys. We should really get rid of all the Jews. Hey, here comes Quack. Hey, I don't think you should be mean to the Jews. Put him in jail. I don't like the Jews, and he's speaking out against me, even though I'm speaking out against the Jews. Oh, nonsensicals. Let's put him in jail. Because my friends in the government get to decide what you can and cannot say. Because my friends in the government get to decide what you can or cannot say. Okay? I'm a Jew, save me quick. Hey, be safe, bro, okay? So many groups out there, I don't know why. Just hate Jewish people. It's like a thing. I never understood that. The government in the case would decide, of whoever, right? It would decide whoever it wanted to decide with, Stupid, is my point. Like, whatever the government felt like doing. Right, but who decides, Stupid? Who decides what hate speech is? Who decides? Who at the end of the day gets to make the decision about what is okay and what isn't okay to say? Who is the moderator? Who is the curator for what is allowed and what isn't? Nobody. Nobody is the curator, because no one can be the curator. If I'm allowed to regulate speech, no one can talk about any other Twitch streamer. Nobody should be allowed to regulate speech, no matter whose hands you put it in, no matter who you give the power to, that it will be abused. Instead, give it power to no one. Let everybody say anything that they want. That way, government can't step on us and tell us what we can and can't say. I mean, even worse. Imagine a circumstance of direct democracy where every single person has to vote on an issue. So you say something, Jeff calls a vote to decide if that's hate speech, and then everyone just votes if it's hate speech or not. Fuck me, man. That would be terrible. I mean, that's basically what you're agreeing to. Is it geographical thing? I don't see how that's... I don't see how geography plays a part. I've heard you say that before. I don't want to be rude. Ah. Damn it. From the TP, there was some balls still falling down. Ah, man, it's the stupid space that locks me in place. It forces me to the top of the screen. A cultural thing. I mean, yeah, I guess obviously it's a cultural thing. I'm glad I'm not part of a culture that would step on people's free speech. Is all. Okay, we have to kill cultists again. Now we're at aim on too. No, I have to uproot the entire arena. This arena's just not going to work. Why not build the asphalt bridge further out to the left? Further out to the left. Just this you want me to build? I have all of this. So, I think we're okay. I mean, not like we're gonna run out of asphalt. Move the house closer to the center of the world? For what reason, though? What's the idea? I have to remove all this. This arena is so bad. Because I keep getting a space. I have to make it lower down. Death caused by slime when we lose fight? Just now or earlier on? Not killed by slime, right? Caused by slime. I'll probably still end up dying to a slime at some point. I'm not sure about that, Hated. Oh, you go really fast on ice, I know that, but I don't know how fast. Shit, after you recall. So you want me to be in the center. So I'm to the right. I'm fighting Moonlord. I recall, and I dash off to the left. I mean, I don't see it being a huge problem. Honestly. I mean, we're removing this anyway. I don't see that would help, Kurt. Because I don't hate minorities. Well, it's not about minorities. Okay, let me put it in a way that will hit home for you, Jupin. So. Yeah, Dejan, you can join. So let's say you okay. Anyway, okay. The group of people in the world who don't like to vaccinate, the anti-vaxxers. Let's say those people were popular in Sweden. Okay, let's just say that they happen to be popular. He's joking. I'm not joking. And that they end up getting a lot of traction in the government and in people with just people around. You know, fringe groups gain traction sometimes. It's a thing. Sometimes some bogus reports come out that lead to this, and people get kind of delusioned. That's why you don't have direct democracy. We have republics in most places, elective oligarchies in some places, direct oligarchies in other places. There's lots of different forms of government. Most of them are democratic in nature, and they have different forms, usually taking the form of a republic. Anyway, so people get convinced that vaccines are actually bad. Okay, stop Star Trekking, you're losing me. Well, there's a lot to cover. So people get convinced that vaccines are actually bad, and the government is actually going to go through with no longer vaccinating their children. And everyone's pretty much decided this, and a law gets passed that people are no longer vaccinating. And suddenly, now it is sort of your issue because there's people around you who are not getting vaccinated for issues that might kill you later down the road, literally kill you, and kill them as well. So you go out and you say, hey, I think that anti-vaxxers are bad. That people who don't want to have vaccine for their children, they're bad because of these things. And the government says to you, hey, you can't say that. That's a group that we support. We're going to shut you down. You can't talk about that. You're banned from YouTube, the YouTube channel you are running, talking about how Sweden needs to do something about this crazy vaccine law. And YouTube comes over, whatever platform you're using for your, for what you're talking about, comes over and they shut you down. I think maybe that will hit more home for you. I don't know. I mean, what's going on? Isn't Sweden has a nationalist movement going on right now, right? So I don't know what your descendants are like, but a lot of times for nationalist movements, they start doing genealogy basically on everybody. So even if you were born in the country, if your grandma wasn't born in the country, you might be, you know, not an actual citizen. The United States is looking into no birthing or birther laws, I think is what it's called right now, to basically try to get people get into a situation where they can kick people out of the country that they don't like. That's actually something that's happening right now. I'm pretty sure the current president is looking into making these laws because they're specifically meant to prevent certain people from immigrating, certain groups of people from immigrating. You need to be a natural-born citizen for X amount of time in order to get the benefits of being a U.S. citizen. So it's a slippery slope, is what I want to say. Okay, get out of here, Truffle. You big jerk. Where things can get very suddenly. And for Truffle, he's fine. What benefits of being a U.S. citizen? And if you get captured, you'll be saved. You get to use the roads. Social Security, for example. Free travel in any of the states. Your movement isn't restricted. Going from like state to state or anything like that. Really popular to hate white men in Sweden? What? I think Phil, is that, can I get a source on that? I want to build a potion. Yeah, that's what I came back here for. Ah, crap. Unicorn. Yeah, can I get a source on that? I think the only guys who are saying it's popular to hate white males in the USA are white males. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there who don't like white males, but and there's such a small number of them, really. You like the companion cube? Up EMP? Pretty nice, huh? Cost me 5 platinum during this run, which is why I was poor for a long time. Yeah, I'd say popular is the stretch in there. Like, what does it mean to be, for it to be popular? It's sort of broad. Sort of Nazism is popular in the United States. There are definitely groups who identify themselves as Nazis. I don't know if I could say it's popular, though. Much better. We're going to do a lot of digging now to get this to work. Because we're going to run into a bunch of walls, which is why I made it that high in the first place. You know what? Fuck. I'm going to have to ruin my housing. In a lot of scenarios, if someone says, I hate white people because they're all rich and they have too much privilege, no one will bat an eye. In some scenarios, I mean, just replace that with whatever you want. Because they get a lot of hate. Depends on, in some scenarios. Where are you doing it at? Who are you talking to? You pick your target audience, you'll be fine. And vice versa. Like, I don't really see any... at least I haven't seen any rallies of people getting together to say that white people shouldn't be able to vote anymore or something like that. Whereas the time we're just using in-game time. Rather than RTA. So we'll have the time at the end of the run on the character. So it's not 100% accurate, it's fine. So, wow. Got a lot of digging to do. It's gonna take some time. Should be hate speech, but no one bats an eye. There should be no such thing as hate speech.